Have you ever wondered how the course of World War II was shaped by key events? Today we're journeying back to the tumultuous times of the early 1940s to explore three monumental happenings. The Blitz, with its relentless bombing raids over Britain. The saga of the Bismarck, Germany's most formidable battleship. And Operation Barbarossa, the largest military operation in history. Each of these moments etched indelible marks on the pages of history. Join us as we delve into these pivotal moments and their impact on the outcome of the war. Imagine the year is 1940 and you're in Britain, facing the terrifying prospect of relentless bombing raids. This was the grim reality of the Blitz, a period of intense bombing by the German Luftwaffe, which spanned from September 1940 to May 1941. In a bid to force Britain into surrender, Germany turned its sights on the United Kingdom, targeting industrial centers, ports, and even civilian populations. The Blitz was not a random act of aggression, it was a strategic move designed to cripple Britain's economy and break the spirit of its people. But it didn't quite go as planned. Instead of crumbling under the pressure, Britain stood firm, bolstered by the courage of its civilians and the tireless efforts of the Royal Air Force. The Royal Air Force, or RAF, played a pivotal role in defending Britain's skies during this challenging period. Despite being outnumbered, the RAF pilots, ground crews and support staff worked tirelessly to fend off the German bombers. The Battle of Britain, a significant part of the Blitz, saw the RAF successfully thwart the Luftwaffe's attempts to gain air superiority, a key prerequisite for a successful land invasion. But it wasn't just the military that stood up to the onslaught. Ordinary British citizens also showed extraordinary resilience in the face of adversity. People banded together, helping one another through the trauma and devastation brought on by the bombings. Despite the destruction of their homes and the loss of loved ones, the British public refused to be cowed into submission. The Blitz caused significant destruction and loss of life, but it also had an unintended consequence for Germany. Instead of breaking Britain's will, it strengthened it. The resilience of the British people and the effectiveness of the RAF in defending the skies played a crucial role in preventing a German invasion. This period of history, marked by courage and resilience in the face of adversity, has since become a symbol of resistance. The spirit of the British people during this period became a symbol of resistance. Now, we sail to the North Atlantic, where a formidable German battleship, the Bismarck, is about to embark on a fateful mission. As one of the largest and most powerful battleships ever built, the Bismarck was the jewel in the crown of the German Navy. With a length of 251 meters and a displacement of more than 50,000 tons, it was a daunting force to contend with. In May 1941, the Bismarck, accompanied by the cruiser Prinz Eugen, set out on Operation Rheinübung, a mission intended to disrupt Allied commerce in the North Atlantic. Their voyage was marked early on by a pivotal encounter with the British battleship HMS Hood. The Bismarck, with its superior firepower and armor, managed to sink the Hood within a matter of minutes, a devastating blow to the Royal Navy. This act of aggression sent shockwaves through the British Naval Command, prompting an all-out retaliation against the German ship. For the next several days, the Bismarck was pursued relentlessly by the Royal Navy. Despite attempts to shake off its pursuers, the German battleship was eventually cornered. While the Bismarck did put up a fight, it was heavily damaged and its fate was sealed. On May 27, 1941, the crew of the Bismarck scuttled their ship to prevent it from falling into enemy hands. The sinking of the Bismarck was a significant victory for the Royal Navy. However, it also served as a brutal reminder of the vulnerability of even the most powerful warships. The Bismarck, for all its might and firepower, could not withstand the coordinated efforts of the British forces. The loss of the Bismarck had a profound psychological impact on the German Navy. It underscored the importance of intelligence, strategy, and cooperation in naval warfare. The Bismarck's demise was a turning point, a symbol of the relentless Allied resistance that would eventually lead to the downfall of the Third Reich. The loss of the Bismarck had a psychological impact on the German Navy, demonstrating the vulnerability of even the most powerful warships. In June 1941, the world witnessed the largest military operation in history, as Germany launched an invasion of the Soviet Union. This colossal military campaign was codenamed Operation Barbarossa, and it marked a significant shift in the course of the Second World War. Adolf Hitler, the German Führer, had long harbored ambitions to conquer the vast expanse of the Soviet Union. He envisioned a grand German empire stretching eastward, with the fertile lands of the Soviet Union serving as living space or Lebensraum for the Aryan race. Furthermore, he perceived communism as a significant threat to his vision of a Nazi-dominated Europe. And so the wheels of war turned towards the east. Operation Barbarossa was launched on a summer day in June, with over 3 million German soldiers pouring into the Soviet Union. This was the largest invasion force the world had ever seen. The German Wehrmacht, with its well-oiled blitzkrieg tactics, initially made rapid advances. They captured vast territories, including Ukraine and Belarus, and seemed invincible. However, the operation was not without its challenges. The sheer size of the Soviet Union, coupled with its rugged terrain and poor infrastructure, posed logistical nightmares. Hitler had also underestimated the tenacity of the Red Army and the Soviet people. Despite suffering heavy losses, they fought back fiercely, slowing the German advance. As autumn turned to winter, the German forces found themselves ill-prepared for the harsh Soviet weather. The freezing temperatures, reaching as low as -40 degrees Celsius, crippled the German machinery and sapped the morale of the troops. The winter of 1941 was one of the coldest on record, and the German forces, dressed in their summer uniforms, were caught in its icy grip. This brutal winter marked a turning point in Operation Barbarossa. The German forces, which had been advancing rapidly, were now bogged down in a grueling war of attrition. The Battle of Moscow and the subsequent Battle of Stalingrad exposed the vulnerabilities of the German army and marked the beginning of a long and painful German retreat. Operation Barbarossa ultimately failed to achieve its primary objectives, marking a significant turning point in World War II. The German dream of a swift victory evaporated in the bitter cold of the Soviet winter. The Red Army began to push back, reclaiming lost territories. The Soviet Union emerged as a major Allied power, contributing significantly to the defeat of Nazi Germany. Operation Barbarossa, therefore, stands as a stark reminder of the perils of underestimating one's enemy and the harsh realities of warfare. It was a pivotal moment in the Second World War, altering its course and setting the stage for the eventual downfall of the Third Reich. So we've traveled through 3 pivotal events that shaped the course of World War II. Beginning with the Blitz, we saw how Britain, despite suffering tremendous damage and loss of life, refused to buckle under the German onslaught. The resilience of the British people and the effective defense by the Royal Air Force became a symbol of resistance, marking a significant turning point in the war. The Blitz showcased the importance of air superiority in modern warfare, and the refusal of the British people to surrender defined the spirit of the nation. Next, we ventured into the story of the Bismarck, a German battleship feared for its power and size. The sinking of the Bismarck was a notable victory for the Royal Navy, demonstrating the effectiveness of naval intelligence and cooperation. It served as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of even the most formidable warships. The loss of the Bismarck, which had created waves by sinking the British battleship HMS Hood, had a profound psychological impact on the German Navy. Finally, we delved into Operation Barbarossa, the largest military operation in history in terms of manpower and casualties. Adolf Hitler's plan to conquer the Soviet Union and eliminate the threat of communism initially saw the Germans make significant territorial gains. However, the harsh winter and the determined Soviet defense led to a reversal of fortunes. The Battle of Stalingrad marked a decisive Soviet victory and a turning point on the Eastern Front. The operation ultimately failed to achieve its primary objectives, and the Soviet Union emerged as a major Allied power, playing a significant role in the defeat of Nazi Germany. In conclusion, each of these events had far-reaching impacts on the course of World War II. The resilience during the Blitz, the sinking of the Bismarck, and the failed Operation Barbarossa were all instrumental in shaping the outcome of the war. They underscored the complexities and challenges of modern warfare, as well as the importance of strategy, resilience, and cooperation. These events demonstrated the complexities and challenges of modern warfare during World War II, and their impacts continue to be felt in contemporary military strategy and international relations.